something like that if it was left open somewhere. One of my coworkers hid in a bathroom for 2 hours. Once he was able to walk in, but he couldn't get back to where he needed to go. So he just hid inside the building in the bathroom until everything closed down and people went home. And then he got out and went into the server room and finished what he was doing, which also worked. So where do we go from here, right? This is fun. It's fun to talk about using canned air to break into a bank and leave behind some fun stuff or potentially, threaten their business. But how does that help you as students or people looking for work in this field, in this area? I personally took a different route getting to where I'm at. I got out of high school and started working in the IT field, like I said, just doing home computer repair, worked for different companies in IT systems, and I've always had a passion for security. I liked understanding how that worked, and it was something I brought to my job, but it wasn't my primary employment until about 10 years ago when I got my first job as a contractor working on actual security infrastructure. And that's what got me my foot in the door. A couple years of experience later, I ended up going back to school. Went to the University of Washington to get my master's in cybersecurity and leadership so I could just kind of bolster my credentials and keep growing my career from there. But ultimately, that's what we want to try and do, right? We want to take this information we have and turn it into somewhere where we can get a paycheck and make a living, hopefully doing something we enjoy doing. Now, most of what I just talked about is what would be probably primarily considered red team stuff or attack team stuff, like we were talking about earlier in the last talk. I will tell you from my experience in the corporate world, red teams are much smaller. There appears to be fewer opportunities for employment in that field. It's very specialized, it's very focused on specific workloads. I think I've heard this is said all over the place, but the terminology of defenders have to be right all the time, whereas attackers only have to be right once to get in.